Everyone, and welcome to another weekly check-in vlog. It's actually Friday today. I took the day off because I have physiotherapy at 12 and I thought I'll start the vlog today because I wanted to go and enjoy the sunshine. I don't know if you can see, it's very sunny today. We're supposedly having 25 to 30 degrees for the weekend, so a break from rain. It's been raining so much all week, so that's nice. Perfect day to have off. Unfortunately, I made a stupid decision last night. I went to bed at 9 p.m. Unless you don't know, I suffer from insomnia. I know if I go to bed before midnight, chances that I don't sleep through the night are much, much higher than if I do go to bed late. So I fell asleep early. I woke up about midnight and was awake for about 3-4 hours and then slept a little bit again, was awake for some time again. Yeah, I spent 12 hours in bed, probably half of it reading, which is good. But now my back hurts. And then I got up late and thought, I'm too lazy to do exercise, which I now regret because my back hurts and I feel all exhausted. Normally, if I exercise in the morning, I do feel better. But since I'm cycling halfway through town to the physiotherapist, then I have physiotherapy. Then I have to cycle back. And I wanted to go into town and do some shopping and maybe go and lie around in the sun a bit or get food somewhere nice and read some more. I'm currently reading Guardian. It's a 3-part Danmai series, a web novel adaptation. It's set in modern times, but it's also following Chinese mythology. So we have a guardian who is protecting the mortal realm for something, and he's basically working as a police officer, as a special investigations department, but he deals with the supernatural, ghosts and other things. And he's also falling in love with the professor, but the professor has a secret. That would be a major spoiler, so I can't talk about that. But it's amazing for the story, the implications and also the effects it has. I'm rereading this, so I already know what is going to happen, and I'm enjoying rereading this a lot because I can discover new things and notice things I missed before. That's always what I love about rereading, that you can see things you haven't seen before, or you can understand a hint you probably wondered about the first time and now you fully know because you've read the book. I like that. I think I just rambled without coherence. So I'm going to take you on a bike ride, first thing, and then we'll see how I feel after physiotherapy, what else I'm going to do. I need to do some maintenance tasks and cleaning, but the thing I like about a 3-day weekend is that you can have one day to come down, then you can have a productive day, and then you can have another lazy day. So hopefully some cleaning happens either today or tomorrow. But now I have to go. Quick check-in before the daylight is gone. It's evening now and I had a wonderful day. I, as mentioned, cycled to my physiotherapist, had a good session, had some new exercises I can do at home, hoping to improve my shoulder even more. Then I went into town, picked up the running shoes I looked at last weekend. I picked up some lunch and went to the park where I ate and read. That was nice. Then I came home and I had the intention of just dropping off things, but then I thought, if I clean now, I don't have to clean tomorrow and I will be happy. So I convinced myself to do my bed sheets and the floors, and I'm very happy now. So it's really good. Now I have a whole weekend of no chores to look forward to. Well, there's always chores I could do, but nothing that feels as prioritized as combating the dust. So right now I prepared some muffins. I bought peaches a while ago, but I kept forgetting to eat them. So now I cut up all the peaches, knowing that if things are cut up, it's much easier to eat them than if I still have to cut them up. And half of them I turned into peach muffins. Basically, I wanted to make a cake, but then I decided muffins sounds nicer and used the same batter. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm currently waiting for my friend to pick me up for a turn around the park. So then I have that done today as well and have the weekend to myself to laze around in the evening and hopefully get my sleep schedule back on track. I've been going to bed way too early all week because I was so tired, which had me awake too early. Stupid me, I know. But that's the plan. That's exactly what I needed. I got a lot of sleep last night. I woke up normal-ish and I felt rested. I read some more of Guardian in bed and then went for my run in my new shoes. And yeah, I don't understand why shoes keep shrinking. I've been running the same running shoe for years now, always using the next edition. I'm on the Nike Pegasus. And in the 38 version, I have 43, which is already ridiculous. And it's the men's shoe because women's shoes end at 42.5. That's European sizes. I don't have a clue what other sizes are. And this one is 43, just like my last pair. It's the 41st edition and it feels a little bit too small, like I thought. But 43.5 they don't have. And I'm pretty sure 44 is too big. And I kind of find it weird. I have another running shoe. I alternate between two pairs. And that's an Asics, whatever pair, I don't know. It's the first Asics I bought. And in those I have 42. I don't understand that. Shoe sizes are very individual to whatever company you buy. Anyways, but the run was good. And I started listening to The Deep Sky. I went into this basically blind. I read another book by the author, I forgot the title, I'll put up pictures. And I really enjoyed the style of writing and the imaginative world. This book is not connected to the other book I read, but it's science fiction and it starts off in space. Two women going out on a spacewalk, one of which is pregnant and the other didn't get pregnant yet. It's part of the mission they're on. I'm a little bit vague on the whole mission thing because it gets told over and over in chapters, but that's not the main point. The beginning starts with their spacewalk and then an accident happens. The pregnant woman gets killed, the other one is kind of confused but gets saved. And everything is in chaos. We're alternating chapters mostly between present and the past before liftoff and going on this mission. It sounds like one of those, we're sending people from different countries on a mission to find a new planet for us to inhabit and populate. That's why there's a lot of pregnant women on this ship in different stages of pregnancy. And it's kind of fun. I really enjoy how the story is told, how we're meeting all these people and getting to know them. They all communicate or have the option of some kind of augmented reality, and they can share their augmented reality. Our narrator's perception or augmented reality is broken. She basically can see other people's augmented reality fine, but not her own. So everybody on the ship creates their own world to live in this spaceship, which makes it much nicer than just what spaceships look like. And I really like that idea. There's also something about birds. I haven't quite figured out what yet, but the main character and the narrator really likes birds. And there are sometimes chapters just explaining a bird and some characteristics for the bird. But it also happened so far that she shared reality with someone and she thought, I have that same bird, but the other person didn't see the bird. So I'm assuming something is going to happen with these birds. Currently, they are trying to figure out, first of all, what caused the explosion and if it was sabotage. The explosion also hit them off course. So apparently they have to get back on course or they run out of energy, oxygen, and whatever life support they need. So they also planned 10-year hibernation or cryo sleep or whatever from the start. Then they woke up a few years ago, and in a few years they will go back into hibernation or cryo sleep for the rest of the trip. And for all of that, they're lacking energy and the chemicals or whatever. It just briefly mentioned in the last chapter, and then I got home. So now I've already had breakfast and I am ready to leave the house. I'm much better with the hair this week, so I think it's going to stay on a little bit longer. And I want to go read more of Guardian. I honestly should not be left alone with my thoughts. I spent a lovely time reading at the cafe, and then I started thinking about how much time I spent at that cafe with people I've lost touch with and people who moved away, and how much time I spent there alone reading and just enjoying that time, being there, being by myself, but also with friends. And it just kind of made me feel lonely. I'm not lonely usually. I am fine being on my own, and I actually don't want to see anyone or talk to anyone, but it's also maybe because I have lost touch with most of the people that I used to enjoy being with and didn't find exhausting. I don't know, a lot of things happened due to changes in life. People moved away, people got families, and changes in jobs. It's not a secret that I don't like working 9 to 5 and that I think the 9 to 5 job is responsible for quite a lot of things that are not going well in my life, especially my health. But it's also not responsible for me losing touch with a lot of people. But maybe a little bit, I don't know. It's weird. But also I was thinking about being older and how you rarely see single older people out and about. It's not like you can see women in their 50s alone out that much. It's either in groups or with families. It's the single 50-year-old woman. I don't know anyone else in my circle of friends who's single and doesn't have kids. There might be single mothers, but all these things. And it's hard to find new friends or people to hang out with same interests at that age, and how maybe there isn't much space available for us out, because it's not like in the past there were so many of us, and I don't think there are many of us now. It's a weird thought, and kind of feels weirder the more I talk about it. I don't know. Like I said, I shouldn't be left alone with my thoughts. So I'll go and listen to my audiobook. Sunday, we're going to have to pretend that I'm awake. I slept like hell. It's 1-ish already, and I woke up completely exhausted, which has me question or rethink why I woke up rested yesterday. And I took pain meds. I normally don't, because I'm donating blood plates and I can't donate if I'm on pain meds or if I have taken any much in recent days. So I'm 2 weeks out for my next appointment, and I thought I just need a break from all the shoulder pain, the knee pain, the back pain, and I did sleep really well. This morning I woke up, my body was all tense and clenched. So that is part of why I'm apparently not sleeping well, or wake up rested, no matter how much time I sleep. So to test that, I'm going to take pain meds today again before going to bed, but I don't actually want to do that as a regular thing. Taking pain meds all the time is not a good thing. Anyways, so I woke up pretty much exhausted, read in bed more of Guardian. I'm a little bit behind my goal. I had meant to finish volume 2 yesterday and start on volume 3 today, but I haven't finished volume 2 yet. But that's okay. I listened quite a lot more to The Deep Sky. I'm not exactly sure how much I still have left, but things are getting very much interesting. We are learning more about the events that happened when they were training. So apparently the whole crew, they grew up together. They trained for, I think, 10 years or so before going on this mission. And not all of the people who trained made it on the mission, and some are specialized, and our main narrator, the main character we're following, is sort of an alternate. She doesn't have a specification, so she's more like someone who has to do a lot of things, but is not the go-to person for one specific thing. And it's very interesting to learn about their training, about their friendships, see where they are now, after 10 years of hibernation and a few years traveling through space. And there's also the situation on Earth. So the whole reason why they are going on this trip is partly because climate and drama on Earth. So a lot of things changed. There have been a lot of global conflicts, and apparently right now there is another global conflict that started simultaneously with the explosion on the spaceship. So there's a lot of things going on. I find it very, very interesting, and I'm completely captivated. I have about, 4.5 hours left. I don't think I can manage that today. Right now it is sunny, but the weather forecast talks about rain. When I woke up, it was all gray and rain. So I spent the morning, after I finally got out of bed, watching some YouTube while I was eating breakfast and more muffins. You're actually just sitting on the last remaining 2 muffins. And I started editing the vlog, where I noticed that my camera yesterday didn't do well at filming. It just took apparently a picture and a lot of noise. So yeah, a lot of B-roll didn't work. Anyways, I mostly edited what I filmed the last 2 days. I'm okay with that. And now I want to go out, listen to a bit more of I forgot the title of The Deep Sky. The Deep Sky. Honestly, my brain is not there. I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm hoping to finish Guardian 2 today. And what I really liked about the book is the series explores, on the one side, the relationship between the Guardian and the Professor, and the difficulties they have with societal expectations, the family expectations. In book 2, the Guardian came out to his parents and they are worried about what this means, and kind of want to hint him to break up and get a wife instead. And the Professor has a lot of other issues which would be spoilers, so I can't talk about them. But it's interestingly explored in depth, their problems and their relationship, in also the hurdles they have. I really like that. And on the other side, there is a story that is deeply steeped in Chinese mythology, and I do like that there are a lot of quotes you get citations for. You get a lot of explanations about Chinese mythology whenever there is a person mentioned that is part of Chinese mythology that you might not know. Then there's an explanation who that person is, or that deity, and what they had done. I really enjoy that. The main story is following the idea that the whole earth and heaven are held up by 4 pillars, and the hollow artifacts that have gone missing are part of what's the pillars. And some nefarious creatures want to topple the pillars and all the natural order that we currently have. So there's a lot about the creation story in Chinese mythology, where people come from, where the netherworld comes from, where other creatures are coming from, and all these things. I'm highly enjoying that. Completely forgot. I just watched Carrie Cake's latest vlog, and she was talking about a 50-something solo traveler Korean vlogger. And that after I was just saying yesterday, there are not that many of us. Anyways. Quick last check-in. I couldn't stop listening to The Deep Sky, so I finished the audiobook. It is really captivating. At some point, I didn't know who to trust, what was real, what was happening, and the solution at the end was also somewhat satisfying. The book really looks at friendship and relationship between mothers and daughters and families, and also what it means to leave your planet behind and everything behind and going forward into an unknown. Really interesting. I enjoyed it very, very much. And with that, the day is over. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in comments how your weekend was, what your thoughts are on the books you've read, on the books I've read. Let's talk in comments. Bye-bye.